A very good morning to you and welcome back to the show. I am Jamie, and this is, of course, the Chat Trap on Relax Radio, where we trap you with the best conversation and where we talk to you about so many different things from entertainment to real world problems and basically everything that you need to know. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. It is actually the final few minutes of the show. So if you want to, let me know what you're thinking. If there's something that you want to share with me, all you got to do is drop a comment down below and get on board the show because we do have so many things that we want to talk to you about. We have so many things that we want your opinion and your thoughts on. So far, we've discussed the Afghanistan issue, and I told you, I gave you an update of everything that's happening in Afghanistan. I spoke to you about how the twin bombs that went out that blew up on Thursday, how it was the responsible group for the two bomb attacks were somebody called ISK, which is Islamic State, which is basically like a faction of the Islamic State. And that was really scary because we have about 90 people that have died and about 150 people that have been injured as a result of the Afghanistan of twin bombs that went off on Thursday. Now, apart from that, we also spoke of how businesses basically or business leaders are actually telling people or telling the UK government that they in fact need to relax visa rules because I don't know if you've noticed, but if you're living in Britain, you've noticed that you definitely might have noticed that there is a worker shortage, okay? And we have so many industrial leaders where people, bosses, leaders that are speaking up and saying that they don't have the supply chain as a whole is wrecked because of the shortage of workers. And to rectify the situation, the only way to go forward is to relax post-Brexit visa rules. Now, that's what industry bosses and retailers are saying, but there is a lot of controversy around that topic, and I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know your standpoint as well. With that being said, let's get on into the conversation. I have some very, very exciting news because I don't know if you know Jojo Siwa, but I feel like Jojo Siwa has become a teenage sensation. That's the way I can say it the best because Jojo Siwa is just next level. She is talented, and I think the reason she's been blowing up on social media as of recent is because she very recently came out as a part of the LGBTQ community. Okay, social media star, and she is such a hair accessory trendsetter. She said that she is going to be a part of the first same-sex couple on Dancing with the Stars. Okay. So Dancing with the Stars basically is like the US version of Strictly Come Dancing, and it's definitely going to be history because so far it's been a man and a woman, and Jojo Siwa is definitely going to create history by becoming the first same-sex couple on Dancing with the Stars. Now, the 18-year-old, she came out earlier this year, I think, and she said she wants to break this wall. It's never been done before. That doesn't mean that she can't do it, and she said that she thinks that it's really, really special that she gets to share with the world someone they love, and it's good to encourage people out there as well and be there as an icon for other young people, telling them that they can love who they want, and that is what's beautiful about Jojo Siwa. She's so explicitly herself. She's not afraid to embrace every portion of herself, and this is definitely going to be super exciting because she's going to be creating history, that's for sure. And she said that she does have a girlfriend and that she can't wait to show the world. The beauty of love in her life. Now, this star Jojo Siwa, if you're wondering how did she get famous, well, she rose to fame on the show Dance Moms, and she said that she's going to expect a lot of people that are going to criticize her for this decision for wanting to be a same-sex couple on Dancing with the Stars, which basically is the US version of Strictly Come Dancing. Now, she said that she's very sure that she's going to get a lot of hate, she's going to get a lot of criticism for this decision, but she said it's okay because she's trying to embrace herself and she's trying to be herself authentically. And I think that is a beautiful message, understanding that we have so many children, young people that kind of look up to people like Jojo Siwa. It's nice to know that she's doing this and she's embracing herself so fully. It is definitely a beautiful thing to see, and I'm so so glad that she's going to be making history with this. This is going to be the 30th series of Dancing with the Stars rather. It's going to start in September, and it's of course going to include former Strictly Come Dancing head Judge Len Goodman, who missed the last season because of COVID restrictions or whatnot. But apparently, he's going to be reunited, and he's going to be traveling to the US and UK to be able to judge both versions of the show. So it's going to be very exciting to see how Siva's same-sex pairing is going to make history. And I think this history-making partnership on Strictly last year was when boxer Nicola Adams teamed up with Katya Jones until they were forced to pull out because of COVID. So that's amazing, that it's about inclusivity, I think. And I think with Jojo Siwa coming out with a decision like this, and just embracing herself, it's going to be she's already an icon to a lot of young people out there, but through this, I think she just fortifies the message that it's so important that you love yourself, and it's so important that you're always there for yourself, if you know what I mean. With that being said, we're going to head on off into a little break. When I come back, though, we do have so much more interesting things to talk about, so make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you got to start with saying, well, what do I want my net worth to be? So that there's a goal, and then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use calculators online. I don't have to teach you the maths behind it, but you can say, okay, and if I get a 3% return, and I put this away for how long will it take to reach my goal? And that's called just this basic cash flow projection calculations. And it's what we use in financial planning all the time. What we say to clients is, we say, okay, what is your goal? What is your objective? Where do you want to go to? And we discuss that in a lot of detail and over most of the meeting. And then the rest of it is saying, okay, in your exact circumstances, with your risk profile, with how you feel about investments and pensions and taxes and where you are and who you work with, and your education level, or your lack of education, or how involved you want to be. There's a lot of variables that we take into account, and then we say, okay, here's a plan. You start like this, that's great. And then we review it all the time, and we say, okay, we need to increase it, we're on track, we're not, this is what is happening. Because remember, when you're dealing with assets, the valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's a struggle. Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million, and they're different, right? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country, to be fair. Different countries have different tax laws, so different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies, and then you step up into different things.
A very good day to you, and welcome back to the show. I am Jaimmy, and this is, of course, the Chat Wrap on Relax Radio. where we trap you with the best of conversation. We've been talking about so many amazing things so far, and I just want to let you know that you could most definitely be a part of the show. And how you can do that is by calling us on 07852 or by leaving a comment down below. Now, we do have so many things that we want to share with you, and during my show, I talk to you about entertainment gossip, real world problems, whereas we have Sarah that talks about lifestyle tips. We have Nick that comes up here and talks about, real world problems, current affairs, politics, everything that you need to know. And we have Tim that talks about business related aspects, and we have so many different things that we talk about. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Go ahead and show us some love on our social media as well. That is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Periscope, basically everything, okay? And we go as Relax Radio, and we want you to be connected with us on this journey as we try to penetrate the society, as we try to penetrate our community with information, inspiration, and entertainment. That basically is our goal. And the reason we're here is to make sure that you have a platform to speak up. You have a platform to share your thoughts and opinions with everybody listening in. So thank you so much if you've been listening in so far. It's definitely such a pleasure for us to have you on board. With that being said, let's get on into the conversation. I was just talking to you about how Jojo Siwa is going to be making Dancing with the Stars history in a same-sex pair. So Jojo Siwa came out as a part of the LGBTQ community towards the beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken, and basically she's going to be making history by having a same-sex couple on Dancing with the Stars, which is basically the US version of Strictly Come Dancing. Now, with that being said, while we're on the topic, I also want to kind of deviate a little bit and talk to you about the whole Andrew Cuomo scandal. I feel like we spoke about it more than enough. But what I wanted to share with you, that the latest developments with regards to the Andrew Cuomo scandal, is that the Time's Up. Okay, Time's Up, if you haven't heard of what Time's Up is, Time's Up basically is a community platform where people speak up. It's a non-profit platform where people speak up about sexual abuses or whatnot, right? And Time's Up is supposed to be the platform that enables women, that empowers women to speak up against harassment and sexual abuses or whatnot. But now, apparently, the Time's Up boss, the leader of Time's Up, has had to quit over ties to scandal hit Governor Andrew Cuomo. That to me is heavily ironic, but I did want to keep you informed of what actually was happening. The leader's name is Tina Chen, and she's the head of anti-sexual harassment campaign group Time's Up, and she had to resign over its ties to scandal hit New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Now, Ms. Chen, who is a lawyer and a former chief of staff for Michelle Obama, reportedly offered advice to Mr. Cuomo as he battled to keep his job, which means that she also helped him, which kind of goes against all her ideals and everything she's been working for with the Time's Up campaign. And the high-profile politician resigned on the 10th of August after an inquiry found he harassed 11 women, which is so unbelievable and so scary to acknowledge, but that is the truth. And Mr. Chen actually said that, Miss Chen rather, Tina Chen said that she's going to give up her role as the leader of Time's Up over her connection with Andrew Cuomo. Now, Monifa Bendel, whose previous role includes stints at prominent nonprofits, have also been named as the interim CEO of Time's Up, but it's definitely going to be very interesting to see where this goes. I'm just glad that people are speaking up finally, but things like this cannot keep happening, and it's just what it is. And I'm glad that even with regards to Andrew Cuomo, it came into light, and these women actually spoke up, and I think that's what's most important, to voice out your opinions, to make yourself be heard, which is what's most important. With that being said, it's about that time that I head on out of here, but don't worry, because we got so much more interesting conversation coming your way, so make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. With that being said, it's your girl Jaimmy signing out, but I will see you Monday, same time, same place, so make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio, and also make sure that you enjoy your weekend.